against a machine like that, you got to be fired at all cylinders. Fought with the torn groin for 5 weeks, and I was like, you know what, I could do it. That first round, I took him down, and I controlled him for a minute and a half. I just didn't have anything in me in the second and third.
Who do you see giving Merab a challenge in the division right now?
And honestly, me, dude. I think I could be the biggest threat to him, a healthy one.
What's up, everybody? We are back with another HJR podcast with the GOAT, Triple C himself. He is not only the GOAT, he is going to kill a man next week. Not to date this podcast, but Song Long Schlong Dong Along.
I need some material, but yeah.
So, Song Yadong, Henry has him in his targets for next week. How have you been preparing for your fight?
8 weeks. 8 weeks of intensive camp. I've had some people fly in to help me with this style. Obviously, Song is he's an explosive fighter, dangerous. He's got power. Obviously, he's got the youth next to him. He's 27.
That's weird for us to say. I hate that. You've got
right, but what he doesn't have is experience, and I think I've been to these trenches a lot more than he has, and it's time for me to it's time for me to write the wrong into a right. Is that
yeah?
Or am I having one of those moments?
Are you talking about because of last event or?
Oh yeah, of course. I think in the last time I lost 2 in a row, I did one of the biggest. I went on one of the biggest rampages in UFC history. So, the plan is to replicate that,
And so that's actually one of my questions too is you blow through Song. What's
First of all, I ain't trying to blow Song, dude, for those who are watching. I mean,
why do I do that? Rampage?
He ain't my type, but go ahead.
Oh, Rampage would kill me. Why do I do things? That's a couple questions down. I won't even get there yet. So if you were to say some of the challenges that you see Yadong bringing to the table, it sounded like youth was one. You said a couple.
Yeah. No, I think he brings power. He brings in youth. Obviously, the opportunity to fight the Triple C. I'm sure he's excited about that to potentially give me on his resume. That excitement. People bring their A game when they fight me. Because nobody wants to lose to a troll. I'm a certified troll, dude. I'm like Rampage. Oh,
yes.
So, people come prepared, but at the same time, it's, when the lights are bright. I mean, could he show up? Will he show up? And it's also a 5-round fight, and this has been the best camp that I've had, man. And I'm super stoked, dude, for this one.
When you win this fight, who would you want to fight next?
Man, man, there's options, Harrison. There's, I would love to, if I go to 35, if I stick around at 35, I would love to fight Petr or maybe O'Malley. One of those two guys to get me one fight closer to the title, or potentially maybe even go down and actually fight for the title. I left the flyweight division, undefeated. I left with 2 belts, and I feel like a nice win, a good win off of this, could potentially get me a entry and a title shot at 125 pounds.
At your training camp right now, do you feel like that cut would be difficult, or
it wouldn't? It would, quote unquote, from Harrison, blow. But it would.
But with Harrison, a lot of things blow.
It would do a lot of. It would suck, but it would be a process. And I think the biggest thing would just be a discipline. And once I hit a certain weight, then I can start kind of coming down. I could make it, but I'm gonna take it one fight at a time. But I'm not gonna count anything out. But it's definitely behind my. It's definitely a thought that I've been thinking.
So Petr Yan or O'Malley?
O'Malley, I like O'Malley.
Yeah. It'd have to be here in Phoenix.
That would be great. That would be awesome. I think we would sell. This fucking stadium would go nuts, dude.
So speaking of Sugar, And Merab, your last fight, went on to take the belt from O'Malley.
O'Methley.
Who do you see giving Merab a challenge in the division right now?
Somebody that could wrestle, man. Honestly, me, dude. Honestly.
You want it back?
Yeah, 100%. Like that first round, like I took him down and I controlled him for a minute and a half. I just didn't have anything in me in the second and third. I fought with the torn groin for 5 weeks, and I was like, you know what, I could do it because I've done it before. You just show up, but against a machine like that, you got to be firing at all cylinders. And respect to him. But I think I could be the biggest threat to him. A healthy one. But honestly, I feel like the next fight for him should probably be a Corey Sandhagen. He beat me. He beat Yan. He beat O'Methley. He's beating everybody down at 135 pounds. I don't know why they would want to do a rematch between O'Malley and him, and then or Yan. He 50-45, both of them. At least I want a round. I think the next person in line that could potentially make it very problematic for Merab is Sandhagen. So I feel like Sandhagen would be that guy to give him crazy problems.
Do you see the potential of fighting him before you would get to Merab, or do you see him getting straight to Merab before having to fight you?
I think they should just give him straight to Merab because he's beat everybody. Like, why are you going to do rematches when there's already guys where he's really crafty and dangerous, even though he did lose to Umar. Like, it was a close fight even with Umar Nurmagomedov. And he's a lot craftier on his feet and knees. I mean, you see that, the way he knocked out Frankie Edgar with that flying knee. So it's like that.
When you retired, you were on the brink of a potential matchup with Petr Yan. How do you rank his performance against Song Yadong after that?
I thought Peter's tough, man. He's technical, but he's also very on his feet, kind of style of fighting. I think Merab exposed that. So this is MMA, man. Like, we're not just going to be on the feet. I think I have a recipe, just like Merab, what Merab did to him. That would be kind of like the style, the way to fight Peter. He's really crafty on his feet. You got to respect that. But when you bring in those other elements and you saw the fatigue kick in, it just changes the game, dude. You know what I'm saying? And then obviously his fight against Song, I was able to, obviously I'm fighting Song now, so I was able to see a lot of the loopholes and a lot of what Song was doing wrong. And even for Peter, obviously Song won the first round, but other than that, it was all Peter. And Peter brought in the hands and the kicks and the knees and everything. And I think maybe even a takedown. So he's gotten better 100%. But, something needs to happen. I think it would be a good fight between a two-division champion and a former champ.
Do you think you'll cross paths with him in the future?
I think so. I think we have to, man. I think the UFC is going to wait and see how this fight kind of plays out. Because if they haven't really picked a winner, if they haven't really picked a fighter, and I do a great performance, that I could possibly slide in there and fight Merab again, or you know what I'm saying, or vice versa. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's doable, dude. And I just watch the first round. And if I can keep that pace, dude, like it's all good.
I love it. And actually,
if I could just wrestle, man, if I could just fucking wrestle the whole training camp, dude, the fight would definitely be different.
Was this training camp, I saw you get cut for one of your sparring things. Was that preventing you from being able to wrestle as much as you'd like? Or is there any other injuries that, actually, I won't ask you that.
No, you can. No, it's just, in camp, typically, it was first week I got cut, my eyebrow, my unibrow. And
there's no unibrow. You wouldn't allow it.
Yeah, but all that stuff kind of tends to happen. So as you can notice now, we're literally a week away from fighting, and everything's healed up. But it was just a small little scratch. I think it'd be good for the viewers to see that sometimes accidents happen.
Yeah, no, it was a great clip. It scary. Obviously, I know how much you're putting into this one. I'd be like, oh, how sucky would that be?
Yeah, no, I would not post if I didn't think it was no.
Good.